Hey, and welcome to this video. My name is Nina, and today we are going to be doing something that I have been wanting to do for quite a while. It's been stuck in my head and I can't get it out of it. So today we are releasing and unleashing our creative spirits, and we will be, God, what am I saying? And we will be trying to recreate one of the many waterfalls in Iceland that is called Seljalandsfoss, and it's heavily inspired from my own memory and from the time that I worked and lived there. So that's what we will be trying to do today. And I'm starting out wanting to kind of start out by actually doing the waterfall, but I will actually go in and lay out this road first that is kind of going to guide us with the layout of this build. Also, quick disclaimer, because I'm seeing him standing in front of the door right now, it could be that you will hear scratching throughout this build because I'm currently recording this in the living room of my family's flat, and my dog really wants to go outside, like kind of into another room, but he can't at the moment because I'm trying to record this. So if you hear scratching, he is scratching the door because he really wants to go out there, but he can't right now. So apologies for that. Anyways, let's finally get into the build. I'm just laying out this road, and I have been seeing these like diagonal roads all over Instagram, and obviously I had to include them and had to use Colin Crossings codes because they are so incredible and everyone is obsessed with them. I'm still using the autumn ones kind of, but I really like this just like normal road custom design because it's so like textured, and I think it really suits the vibe that I wanted to go for with this Icelandic kind of road, because they are a bit different to what I'm used to in Germany. They are like really bumpy, and you have like lots of like these not.
Have you ever had a dream that you...
What would you call them? Kind of like these rocky roads, like tons of them. So I really wanted to kind of use a code that is more textured. Why did I just go into a rant about that? Anyways, I've just started out by shaping this cliff. Now this will be a bit difficult because when I just kind of started to roughly edit this so that I could do this voiceover, I noticed that there was a lot of corrupted footage when I tried to do the waterfall. So I will cut some of it in to just show you how laggy it was in just a second. I think it will start right now. Yeah, see, that's unedited footage right there. And that went on for when I was just about to finish all the cliff editing. So now you can see all of it is built already. I kind of just, I don't know, I just went in and tried to rise as much cliff as I could without really editing the fjord that is to the right side that we kind of did start on stream. It's totally not finished yet, which is why I wanted to give it a bit more space. So I really tried to make do with the space that we have right here. And I also put a second level cliff on top of the first one. And we will just then be doing this tiny little thingy right here, because on Seljalandsfoss there's this really cool thing where you can, when you visit it, you can kind of like go behind the waterfall and go around it, which is really nice. And I love that. I don't know, I really love that when I visited. And I kind of tried to, can you stop scratching the door? Kovu. And I tried to kind of recreate it. It obviously doesn't really work because you can't walk behind a waterfall in Animal Crossing, but I will be doing something with like some stepping stones, and that's also why I left this little gap between the cliffs, because I want to do a little like resting spot, maybe like a picnic thingy next to some waterfalls there in like another build, because you could actually go behind there. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken from my memory, there were some like more waterfalls back there, and you could go there into like a fully enclosed kind of sunken waterfall type thing and kind of squeeze through a little gap of like cliffs and have you it was like, it felt like an adventure because it wasn't like an actual path. You just had to like kind of explore and
Have you ever had a dream?
Step on these like actual stepping stones. That was like on a different waterfall behind Seljalandsfoss, but I kind of tried to combine them since you couldn't really do something where you would walk behind an actual waterfall, and you can't really do like a sunken, fully enclosed waterfall that also has like cliffs at the top of them. So I had to make do and try to kind of combine them. And I also want to touch on why I did this kind of like a sideways waterfall instead of like a one that you could actually like look at, because in my brain we arrived from like the actual road that you would come from, and like the highway kinda, which is very different, I believe, to like American or like European highways. It's just like a more like a Landstraße, what we would call it in Germany. And that's basically the highway in Iceland. And you would come from that, and then there was like this huge parking lot to the left side where we would park our car. Then you would walk over to the right side, and there was a little shop, like a souvenir kind of shop, where you could also buy Iceland sweaters, which are basically made from, I believe, Icelandic sheep wool, and you could buy those. So we will also be doing a little souvenir shop in the end. And then there was the waterfall all the way to the right, and it would kind of go and go down from the right side into a little pond that would then kind of lead into a little river, I believe. So that's what I really try to recreate here. I will also probably have put up a picture already, but I might also do that again right here. Please do that, Altamina. Thank you.
Nope.
And yeah, anyways, while I was blabbering on, I also kind of already finished the waterscaping and the cliffscaping. And then I went in and planned out all my trees. I will cut out a lot of it because I didn't really have many trees. So I had to rely on planting fresh new trees and then time travel a bunch of times to get all the different growth stages that I wanted to, and then stunt the trees as I went through all of the days, which is also why we will have I think 2 time skips in this video or more. I really don't know. And we also did an incline that kind of leads up in front of the waterfall, because when you would like actually look at the waterfall, you kind of had to climb up on these like little, it wasn't really a climb, it was like more of a steep hike, I guess, up some like really rocky kind of natural looking stairs or a pathway, and then you would be able to walk behind the waterfall kind of up from a little bit of a higher level, which is why I put that incline there. And that will also connect it to the fjord that kind of lies on the right side of this waterfall that we haven't finished building yet, and I really don't know how we will do that, but that's an issue for another time. Anyways, I then also went ham on the shrubbery of this build because, again, I'm going to do a little bit of a lesson here. This is a very educational video on Iceland, at least from the perspective of a German that has lived there for 4 to 5 months, I believe. So on Iceland, we have these like very bumpy looking terrains. I think I've talked about that before. And that is, I think, because of the kind of lava fields that are there from like way in the past. And that's like dried lava, I believe, that has now been overgrown with moss and grass. Please educate me if I'm very wrong. That might just be the natural terrain of Iceland, but I think it's just that rocky because Iceland was basically created because of like geothermal thingies, like, you know, because of like lava and volcanic activities, I think, in the ocean. I don't know, I will stop talking about that now.
Nice shot!
But that's kind of what I tried to recreate the feel of with the shrubs. And that's also why I didn't really incorporate that many flowers, or like as many as I would usually, and why there will be still some empty spots of grass, which I usually never do. That's like a no-no for me. And we will also be removing some of the sugar canes that I use as kind of shelf grass, because it just felt too full and too overgrown. Because usually I should, like, if I would really go and try to recreate something really close to what it actually looks like, I probably would have just terraformed the waterfall and that would have been the build, but that's kind of boring and it looks very bland in Animal Crossing. So that's why I tried to also include some flowers and weeds and also some glowing moss and shrubs and whatnot. And while I was blabbering on about all of that, we kind of already made a good start on this souvenir shop that I tried to build here. Now you can kind of see through the top of it, which I really don't like. I might think of a different thing. I also tried to hide the front of it by like putting a castle gate in front of it and kind of having the gate, like the cutout for the gate, as the window of the shop, but it looked too grand and it really didn't suit the area because it was just a tiny little souvenir shop in my mind, and I didn't really want it to look like this grand elaborate build. So that's what we're going to go with for now. I might think of a different thing. If you have an idea, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your input because I can't think of anything else. Maybe we could do something with the, what is it called? The shop site? No, the shop building site? No, I can't remember what it's called. The kind of, the storefront item that we got. Not sure right now, but yeah, anyways, that's what it looks like right now, and I really like the outcome in the end. And that's also why I included 2 of these kind of Icelandic sweater looking outfits and plopped those down, like the custom design sweaters, to really make it feel like you can get some of the Icelandic sweaters there, because that's just what it was like when I was there. And we will stick with my memory, okay? Don't come for me, please, any Icelandic people out there. I'm trying my best, okay? And yeah, then I also went in and sprinkled in a lot of these wheat field items because I feel like everyone's obsessed with them right now, me included. I love them so much. They look amazing next to like rivers and bodies of water, kind of for the same reason that I have been talking about several times with the sugar canes that I use as shelf grass. These obviously make way better shelf grass, but I still tried to mix in multiple items and plants, so that's also why I did. Oh, did I remove all of the shelf grass? Oh, I didn't even notice until now. Well, we removed all of the shelf grass because apparently it looked too tropical for me. Yeah, but then I just went in and tried to do my best to keep it looking as close to my image but still interesting in Animal Crossing as I could. So I added a bunch of weeds, a bunch of glowing moss to incorporate like a lot of flat items / plants to still fill in the space, but again, you know, make it feel realistic, because in Iceland you don't have like many colorful flowers growing all around and like too many trees as well. They don't have that many trees, so yeah, that's really what I tried to go for. And I did that all along around all of the cliff levels. And then in the end, I will also add in a bunch of rocks and stone codes as well, so that we might start in just a few minutes. Also, I've been getting a lot of questions about design tips. If you are interested in any design tips or like my preferred way of decorating, what I could recommend doing to make an area look complete, let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. I'd love to make a video about it because I already have some ideas, but obviously if that's something that you're not really interested in, I won't do that. But yeah, let me know. And yeah, and I also did this little fishing spot right here because I felt like we needed some type of like actual area and not only like natural things, because it felt a bit bland and boring. So I felt like I could add this little outdoor folding chair, I think it's called, and a little stone stool, give him something to drink, you know, give him a little kettle that they could have some tea to, you know, heat up and don't freeze in the cold. And then I just added some more details around to make it feel like a complete area, and some firewood, because they do not have a fire, they have firewood. That's enough to keep them warm. Don't know why my mind went there, but that's what we're gonna go with. And then you could see I just started implementing all of these stone items, which I just love doing. I have done that for the past couple of builds because that's my new favorite thing to do, to layer the flat garden rock with the garden rock. I just think they look so good together if you kind of layer them behind each other. And then I just went in and sprinkled in some more finishing touches, some more details with dropped items and more flowers, more bushes, more garden rocks and whatnot. And later I will also, like in the last few seconds of this build, we will also be layering some destination signpost with I think an angled and a normal signpost item to give it some more height and add a different element to this very natural area. And then we are already at the end of the build. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed building it. I will add more around this area once I figure out what will be connecting to it, but for now we are done with this build. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm going to leave you now with a montage of the finished product. Take care of yourself until next time, and bye bye.